And we welcome you into the final Pride pregame of the night. It is game 3 of the evening, if you will, game 2 of the soccer doubleheader. Women's soccer taking on rival Guilford. Hello, everyone. Kendrick Fruit, Stephen Whitenhouse here with you as we get you set for what should be an exciting matchup today. Greensboro College looking to go for the fall sweep against Guilford. Men's soccer got it done. Football got it done. Volleyball got it done. It's women's soccer's turn tonight.
Yeah, so tonight's gonna be a tough one. It might be the toughest of them all. Guilford women's soccer is really good. They've had a good program, and this year's no different. And so Greensboro is really going to have to kind of shake off a couple of losses over the weekend. And they're also going to have to be really physical today. Guilford's a physical team, kind of like Roanoke. And so if Greensboro is going to come out with a win, they got to do a few things a little bit different than the last couple of games.
Yeah, absolutely. You think about the way that the weekend went down, and we try not to think about the way it went down. Outshot 42-6 between a 3-0 loss to Roanoke and a 6-0 loss against Berry. And Stephen, I think safe to say, and you were on the call with me on Sunday. First and foremost, the key to success, you've got to stop spending so much time on the defensive end.
Yeah, for sure. And the defensive line itself has played well, and some of the saves that Cheyenne Hansen has made, they've been good. But unfortunately, there's been some breakdowns, in particular, kind of at the midfield spot. Barry kind of exposed that on Sunday when they had at least 4 long-range shots. 20 yards out, that ended up being goals, partly because they were open. The shots weren't challenged, and so I think talking to Coach Johnston a little bit. Of course, we'll talk to him here soon. One of the things that they're going to have to do better, just in general, including tonight, is they're going to have to put more pressure on the ball from a midfielder standpoint. They're going to have to help their defense because, yes, they got tired. They were constantly on the defensive, as you would say. They didn't really get a break because Greensboro didn't possess very well. And then, again, they had some open long-range shots. So those things are going to have to be straightened up today.
I'll let you hold him. I'm going to have a very short question here. But obviously, Cheyenne Hansen leads a freshman brigade that's been very good this year, but a rough weekend. What does she have to do tonight to shake that off? I feel like it's one of those things where you make the first save and you're like, okay, everything's back to normal.
Yeah, honestly, you just have to flush it because some of those goals that Barry, shot, unfortunately, Cheyenne really couldn't do much about. And so, you just kind of have to flush it. She also has to, I think one thing too, is take positives out of some of the saves she did have, because she did have some saves over the weekend that were really solid. So I think she just got to shake that off. And again, she's got to get help. Those long range shots that are going right, below the crossbar, unfortunately, she's not able to reach. But those could be prevented if they're defended better. So she has to get some help as well.
Absolutely. And speaking of help, we'll ask Coach Johnston about the health of his team. Obviously, Shea Brennan played about half of the game on Friday and Sunday, and Kendall Cam was out. And I feel like, one of the things we've seen some of the freshmen step up, we're just going to keep saying Marcondes' name until she finally scores. She's been so close the last couple of games. Talk a little bit about, again, that pressure they need to apply on the offensive side.
Yeah, they've got to possess the ball. We saw flashes this weekend of good passing, but a lot of times they were disconnected. And so I think, along with Cameron, there's some others that just have to work together. Passes have to be a little bit better, more on target, to create their own shots. We didn't create very many shots this weekend in either game. So, I think we had 2 shots, possibly both games. So didn't create very many shots. So along with Cameron, she's going to have to get some help, from her fellow teammates up front. So I think she's going to get a goal. Hopefully it's tonight because she's had a lot of shots and a lot of close misses. And so hopefully tonight will be her night.
Well, we're going to hear from Coach Johnston, get his thoughts. We'll check in on the injury update as well. We're also going to go back to the highlights from a week ago today, the last Greensboro College women's soccer win against against Johnston of Wales. We were going to play that before the Roanoke game, and then a technical error that may or may not have been my fault. Those didn't run. So we're going to run those for you now. This is the highlights from last Wednesday's win against Johnston of Wales. Then we'll hear from Coach Johnston. Then we'll get this one going. It's rivalry night here at Greensboro College, the Pride and the Quakers on the Greensboro College Sports Network. we wrap up the Pride pregame show, as always, with head coach Mike Johnston. And, Coach, how how much of this weekend do you learn from, and how much of that do you just flush away?
I think I think a little bit of both, right? Obviously, we haven't been in too many situations before where we gave up such a high amount of goals on the number of shots, and we had a great film session yesterday, and we talked about why we're giving up those goals and how to prevent some of those running from the midfield. But I would say, I think yesterday was probably one of our best training sessions of the year. I mean, the girls were locked in; they were on point. The film session was really, really good. I've seen a lot of the girls today. The mood is upbeat, and we talk about, one weekend doesn't beat you, right? And we schedule games like Roanoke, Berry, Guilford tonight to get us ready for conference. And, that's what we've always used it as. We're not going to shy away from playing anybody. I mean, Berry's a team that, lost to Emory, who's a national semifinalist last year, 2-1, right? So we're not going to shy away from playing those games. We're going to play them every year that we're here. And I think we're going to make those games make us better.
Outshot 42-6 over the weekend. How do you spend less time on the defensive side of the pitch and be able to get more pressure offensively?
I think a lot of it starts in possession. We have to hold the ball, and obviously, you and I were just chatting off camera. We've had a couple key pieces out, and we've just got to be able to adapt, right? It's next man up mentality, and I think one of the things we have to do is we've got to be patient. We've got to be able to keep it in possession and see if we can get forward. Again, training was good yesterday. We spent a lot of time working on that, and I think it all starts with possession, right? I mean, soccer is a simple game when you look at we have the ball, they don't. And we just have to keep it. I think we made some bad decisions this weekend and in critical moments in terms of giving the ball away. And we'll train it and we'll get better and hopefully we see results tonight.
Obviously, a tough weekend for Cheyenne Hansen in goal. You can break down the tape a little bit and, without assigning blame here or there, I think it's safe to say not everything was on her this weekend, whether for one reason or another. How do you get her back on track tonight?
So Cheyenne and I actually met individually, had a really great meeting. We watched the tape, we watched every goal. She's very, very driven, right? And one of the things we talk about with goalkeepers is next play, next rep, next opportunity. And I know it's cliche, but that's how it has to be, right? One of my favorite quotes is by Michael Jordan. It says he's missed over 9,000 shots, and that's why he made the game winners he did. So I think you got to flush it. You learn from it. You fix your mistakes. Had a great goalkeeper specific session yesterday before practice, actually, with Cheyenne and Carlisle. And I think we flush it and we go on and we learn from it.
Seemed to be a little bit of miscommunication sometimes amongst the forwards on passing, especially once they started to get something going offensively, whether they thought somebody was out of position or expected someone to be there and they weren't. Is that just something that just takes reps for them to get used to playing with each other?
I think it's a combination of reps, young team, and then people playing out of position because we've had to move some people around with the key injuries that we have, right? So I think it's a combination of both. Again, those are things we identified on tape and things that we'll look to exploit tonight. But, I think it's a little bit of both.
You mentioned the injuries. Is there any updates?
Yeah, no updates for tonight. I mean, we're still missing Kendall Cam. She's out, obviously a critical part of what we do. But it's next man up mentality. We've got players that can step into that role and serve us the same way that she does. And again, I think that each game is an opportunity for improvement and growth, and I think tonight provides us that.
We were talking the last pregame about Marcondes and how she seems to be so close to picking up that first goal. And I think we're just going to keep saying that over and over again until it happens. But I was doing some math a little while ago, leading your team in minutes. In fact, out of the entire season so far, she's played 90% of all possible minutes this year.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. One of the things I'm really happy about with this year's group is we just have 26 outstanding humans, and Cam fits into that category. And I think Cam is so infectious for us because she's a remarkable leader for her age. She is a wonderful person to be around. I mean, everybody loves Cam, and she lifts us with her work rate. I mean, I don't have to tell you, you've watched every minute we've played this year, and Cam's work rate is off the charts. And we've talked about, can we raise our level as a team to mirror that? And it's almost like if we can raise our level and everybody works as Cam, I think we have a chance to go a long way this year, right? So I think I know we said last pregame too, I think it's going to come, right? I think it's going to come. We've told her not to press. We've told her to take what the opposition gives you. We've told her to keep involving others. I think Cam rather, is one of the most unselfish players I've ever coached. And we've got to get her to add that little bit of element of selfishness in the attacking third. I think if we can do that, the sky's the limit for her.
3 more for you, Coach, as we start to bring it back home. You don't need me to tell you how important it is, the Davidson series, or the Guilford series. Sorry, I was working on some Davidson notes for football.
No,
you don't need me to tell you about how important the Guilford series is. 3 straight losses against the Quakers. What does it mean to get to try to get this win tonight?
I think it would mean everything, right? It's the Battle of Greensboro. And we know their players know our players. We recruit the same kids. We play against each other on every year. We watch each other every year and follow each other. I think it's important. But at the end of the day, and what we've told our players is it's still a game. We want to get a result in a game, despite the opponent. I think that Guilford just amps it up a little bit, right? So I think it'll be a fun game. It'll be competitive. Two very well coached teams, I think, and I think it's going to be fun.
And obviously, you have a couple Guilford transfers here on your squad that certainly they're going to be playing with a little bit extra here tonight as well. What are we going to see from this Guilford team?
Yeah, I think they play a little bit different than they did last year. They're a little bit more direct. They pack the midfield. They play 6 in their midfield, so they'll look to condense it and kind of possess in midfield and kind of impose their will. Everything they do goes through their defensive midfielders, who are very, very good. And I think we have to limit some of that, maybe limit their transition. And I think if we do that, I like our chances.
All right, well, I was going to ask you keys to the game, but I feel like that's probably a big one right there.
Yeah, I think that. And then the other key I would say is I think we just need to relax. We need to get back to playing Greensboro College soccer. And what we reminded the girls is we won a big-time game 7 days ago on this field against Johnston and Wales, who turned around and beat NC Wesleyan this weekend, right? So we reminded them that. Like, listen, we're still 3-2-1. We've had a really good start to the season. Like, let's elevate that tonight.
Thanks so much. Best of luck.
Yeah, thanks, Kendrick.
Greensboro College women's soccer looking to get the win tonight and make it 4 for 4 against Guilford this fall. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
I just really felt like I was a person, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
Well, you heard it in the pregame conversations, and obviously those of you who've been around this rivalry for a while don't need me to tell you how important this one is to both sides tonight. Greensboro College looking to take down Guilford, something that has not happened for the Pride in some time. In fact, looking for their first win against Guilford since 2018. They've lost 3 in a row. However, they have won 4 of their last 7. Good evening, everyone. Kendrick Fruits here with you from Pride Field on the campus of Greensboro College as we get set for women's soccer here. The Pride come into today's game 3-2-1, Guilford 3-0-1, and women's soccer looking to complete the sweep, if you will, as men's soccer, football, and volleyball have all taken care of Guilford so far this year. Speaking of volleyball, they trail inside just behind us 1-0 against Methodist. They are leading the second set by a score of 9-7. Men's soccer earlier today picked up a 3-1 victory against Columbia of South Carolina. Gustav Omen, a header, and then a own goal committed by the Koalas, and then Elias Goldsberry with his first of his collegiate career. All eyes now on women's soccer as the Pride looking to erase what was a dismal weekend. A 3-0 loss against against Roanoke, a 6-0 loss against Barry. .45 on the clock. We're ready to go. Guilford will control to get this one started. Lily Brown, the senior, sends it back, and we're underway. Pride wearing the all-whites today with the green numbering and trim. Guilford with the alternating vertical stripes of deep red and black with the white numbering as well. Quakers across the back nameplate. One of the big keys today, and you heard about it in the pregame show for the Pride, just talking about trying to spend more time in the offensive zone, an opportunity for Trinity Robinson to do just that as she goes down with her defender in the far right corner. That's going to be a foul and a free kick early for the Quakers. Obviously for rivalry night, well attended here. That one sent on up ahead the far boundary. Header missed by Guilford. That was Ashlyn Miller who tried to settle it. Now up ahead is Grace Overton. Greensboro trying to send it back in towards their offensive zone. Marcondes with it. Back over the center line, they'll reset. It's Tag. Tag in the middle. Long feed up ahead. Looking for Friedlander. Friedlander, if she can get the corner, may have a angle. Instead, she airmails that one up and over. First shot of the night goes well off the mark. And it'll be a goal kick for the Guilford netminder, Lorelei Liz, who comes into today having made 2 saves in 3 opportunities. 1-0-1 her record. Save percentage .667. Quakers have played 4 games rather. 2-0 win against Mary Baldwin. A 7-0 win against Carolina College, that is. This one is going to bounce off of the torso of Cole out of bounds. A 1-1 draw to Methodist, and then they defeated Meredith 2-0 their last time out. Throw in by Muse. Greensboro, though, the first to get to it. It's going to be Linker, headed away the other direction by Sullivan. And they send it back to the back line to the Quakers. So this is a Guilford team that has had some early season success. Greensboro had as well until their hiccups of the last week. Robinson pokes this one on up ahead. Long run for Friedlander. She's chasing it down with Kylie Berry. And it's going to go off of the shins of Friedlander, I believe. It'll stay with the Quakers. 42 minutes to go first half. We mentioned Cheyenne Hansen for Greensboro. Her numbers on the year. Hansen 1.52, the goals against average, 77.8%, the save percentage. It was phenomenal up until the weekend. That goes out of bounds. Shea Brennan to throw in. And that goes out into the bleachers. Brennan to Marcondes. Long feed in. Nobody there, and it's going to roll to Liz. Greensboro was outshot 42-6 over the weekend, including just 2 shots on goal on Friday night against Roanoke. Whistle here, and Shea Brennan already hobbling. Coach said she was already going to be about 50% or so. And she's in a lot of pain. So Brennan being helped off. And coming in for Greensboro is going to be Allison Mann. So already you heard no Kendall Cam, as she continues to recover from an ankle injury as well. And now a big loss here, as Brennan obviously is in a lot of discomfort, as head coach Mike Johnston and Jaden DeWitt helping her off. She was limited over the weekend. And wouldn't be surprised if we don't see her again tonight. That's when you can't afford to lose long term. Allison Mann sends this one on up ahead. We resume play. Header missed by Marcondes. It rolls harmlessly all the way back to Liz. Liz sends it to one of her backs, and away go the Quakers down the far boundary. Passed over the middle, intercepted by Petroskis. But only for a moment, taken back the other way. Long feed up ahead from Parker. And this one's going to be a foot race. Lily Brown there trying to cut the corner. And Cheyenne Hansen goes out and dives on it, saving a potential look from Brown. Approaching 5 minutes in. And a turnover from the roll in by Hansen. This is Zakiah Johnson, the senior. Greensboro now sending it back up the other way. Ball to the center line. Settled by the Quakers. They again try to push the issue into their attacking zone. Instead, taken away by Greensboro. Here comes Friedlander. Friedlander trying to work through a defender. Loses her footing. The defender wins it. That's Crisco. Back the other way it goes. Greensboro again lost the handle of it. But taken by Ashlyn Miller. To Crisco. Crisco getting around Marcondes. Late tackle there from Marcondes. She's going to be called for a foul. So free kick here for Berry, Kylie Berry. Long service up ahead to the shooter's left. Hansen will grab it. Hansen punts it away. Headed there, or attempted by Taylor. She just kind of knocks it to the side. Fighting for possession near the center line. Greensboro with it. Now we kind of see one of the other things Coach Johnston talked about was some extended touches, being able to string a couple of passes together. Right now, Addison Cole crossing the center line. She's going to have to give it up. She does. Pass left short. Emily Parker will take it the other way as her pass intended for Overton is knocked out of bounds by Cole. Kylie Muse, the junior, with it. She'll throw it in. And Petroskis hits it out of bounds. Throw in now by Muse again. Muse looking up ahead to Lily Brown. Brown trying to push this one down the side boundary to Parker. Parker fires this one in. It's going to go wide of the box. Nobody was there trailing the play to help out. Greensboro's going to clear. Marcondes with it. Gets away from one defender. Now reverses direction, working up towards the far boundary. Passes this one towards the sideline, looking for... Who's that over there? That was Tag, I believe. Turned over, though. Grace Overton with it. Johnson trying to work back towards the center. Sends it back into traffic. Greensboro trying to take it away. They will, at least for a moment. Marcondes to her left, speeding past one defender, now getting, at least pulling even with the second one. Turns it over, was looking for a little bit of help. Instead, the ball just kind of trickled down. Header over Petroskis' head. Parker now with it. Parker, shot. Hanson dives. The shot goes just wide of the net. Cheyenne Hanson full extension, but thankfully didn't need it as that one off the mark. Coming up on 10 minutes to play, or 10 minutes in rather, in the first half. Hanson nudges it to her right. To Marcondes, now to Cole. Cole sends this one on up ahead. Pushed back into the offensive zone by Kare. And Hanson will gobble it up. Sent on up ahead. Possession fought for in the middle third. Got away from Linker there for a moment. She sends it back to Cole. Addison Cole, long feed up ahead for Trinity Robinson. Pumps that one up in the air, looking for Petroskis. And that one sent out of bounds. Will stay with Greensboro. Petroskis to throw in. She does. Now the relay back to her, and Petroskis fires that one wide and behind the net. No score here. Almost 10 minutes deep. Fed on up ahead off of the shin of Overton. Good defense there. Addison Cole getting in the passing lane. Pass by Lily Brown, turned aside. Friedlander with it to Linker. Linker back in the middle, sends this to Allison Mann, far side. Back to Linker. Trinity Robinson in the middle. Robinson showing a burst of speed. She goes to her left, looking to get past a couple defenders. Loses possession in the process, though. It's going to be sent back to the far boundary where it goes out of bounds. I tell you what, Trinity Robinson there showing a burst of speed and just needed one more person to get around. She would have had herself a good scoring opportunity. Man working far sideline. Turned over in the middle, but Cole is going to be the one to come down with it. Cole feeds it in, looking for Petroskis, instead sent back the other way. Mackenzie Taylor now fires it, and it's going to roll back over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Liz. Other action today in the women's side of things. William Peace and Regent played to a 1-1 draw. So too did Wilson and Mary Baldwin. So too did Randolph and Meredith. So tie is the name of the game. Speaking of ties, we're tied up here in the middle. Rosie Tagg is collided with a Guilford player. Can't see a number. it's going to be number 9, Lily Brown, the senior. Both of them appear maybe not no worse for wear, but minimally worse for wear, I guess. Anyways, Rosie Tag sends this one in. Settled there by Marcondes, tries to find the open teammate, which turns out to be Addison Cole. Long crossing pass. That's going to be pushed down by Dawson towards the box. Coming out and grabbing it is Liz. And she'll direct traffic the other way. In action right now, Pfeiffer and Johnson and Wales. Also Shaw and Methodist. Johnson and Wales leading Pfeiffer 3-1. A tough start to the year for the Falcons. Pfeiffer 0-3 coming into today. Trinity Robinson now trying to work her way past a couple of defenders. She's going to lose that foot race. Couple minutes in, 15 to be exact. Shaw and Methodist, no score. Speaking of Methodist, another check on the volleyball match going on in Haynes Gym, as there's another save by Liz. Second set tied at 21. As I say that, Greensboro picks up a point. They lead 22-21. They trail 1 set to 0. $31:54 to play first half. Robinson trying to settle it, far boundary. Pushed back, and Johnson will get it. Zakiah Johnson off of Dawson. And it'll be a throw in for the Quakers. Overthrow on the far boundary goes out of bounds. And Allison Mann to throw in, looking to catch Robinson. Robinson not able to catch up to that one, and that's saying something given her speed. It'll be a goal kick for Liz. Lorelei Liz, the freshman from Bradenton, Florida. Pass it to the side. And it's a foot race here. Friedlander trying to get around a defender. Passes over to the middle. Here's a shot. Oh. Marcondes didn't get all of it. She tried to turn the corner with that shot and only succeeded in getting a piece of it. Not really a clean contact for Marcondes. Obviously, you heard in the pregame interview with Coach Johnston, we talked about Marcondes and how close she has been this year. 14 shots, 8 of them have been on goal. 9 of them actually have been on goal. Greensboro with possession far side. That's turned aside by a Guilford defender. It's a foot race. Taylor is going to get called for a foul. Ashlyn Miller, the receiving end of that foul. Pass over the center line to Sullivan. Fed on up ahead. Cole says, I'll clear that. Working up the far sideline now is Dawson. Finds a little bit of a gap. A little chip pass here. Here's an opportunity. Marcondes pushing the issue up the far side. It will go out of bounds. A nice thought process there. Robinson just redirecting that pass a little bit, and Cameron Marcondes losing the rare foot race. Allison Mann shielding her defender. Defender gets around anyways, becomes the offensive player racing down the far side. Shot goes wide. Off the mark. We are under 30 minutes to go first half. So an update from inside after Tag clears that one away. Volleyball has evened it up inside 25-22, the final score of the second set. So they're all square at one. This is their second conference match. defeated William Peace on the road last week. Greensboro looking to go 3-0 on the afternoon. Men's soccer did their part. Volleyball and women's soccer TBD. Sullivan with it, trying to work around Friedlander. Now gives it to Muse. Muse does work around Friedlander. Long feed in, headed away by Mann. Marcondes continues to push it back towards the center line. Redirected there. Contact up in the middle in front of the box. Rosie Tagg sends it back out and out of bounds. Two shots officially for the Quakers, one for Parker, one for Miller. That will go out of bounds, and it will be a corner. First corner opportunity for the Quakers. Guilford has had 20 of them this year. They've only permitted 6. Service into the box. Header missed. It's going to be settled there by Miller. Greensboro now will clear. Back out towards the center. Settled there by Muse. So Greensboro defends the corner successfully. Pass out of bounds. It'll be Pride ball. Man to throw in. Marcondes. Off of Marcondes and out of bounds. Man sending this back up towards Robinson. Robinson had it for a moment, lost it. That's Crisco. Sends it back to the back line. Looking over the middle, there's Sullivan. Sullivan gets past one defender. To Kare. To the far side. Couple shorter passes here, looking to get back to Miller. Instead, sending it further down. Man will redirect it. Dawson now with it, trying to settle it far boundary. Back to Man. Man with a defender draped all over her, and it goes out of bounds. And the officials say it's going to be Guilford possession. Guilford throw in. A couple Greensboro players, I think, a little surprised at that, but we play on. Following the throw in to the far corner and kicked towards the front of the box. Greensboro looking to clear it. Headed there, and a trip. Here comes a shot. It's going to curl just to the side of the net. Shot from Emily Parker goes wide. It was coming off of the far post, so it would not have gone in had Hansen missed it. Hansen's punt taken by Marcondes. Taken back away the other way, Kare with it. Over the middle, she's got Miller. Miller trying to get through the Greensboro back line. Instead, Taylor sends it back out looking for Robinson. Robinson's got Friedlander. Instead, she's going to send it out of bounds. Talking through that one a little bit. Muse throws it in. That's poked aside by Friedlander. Goes to Cole. Cole's return to Friedlander too far wide and out of bounds. 20 minutes in. Muse to throw. And header attempted by Parker. She missed. Sent out of bounds by Tagg. Stays with Parker and the Quakers. Sent in to Overton. Contact with Taylor. And again out of bounds. Taylor kind of a little hip check there. Nothing called. Parker sends this one in looking for a teammate out in front of the box. Instead, it's going to come in from the side. Hansen makes the save. Shot, I believe, by Brown. Kind of a tough angle there for Brown. And Hanson to punt it away. To Marcondes. Back the other way it goes. And again, Guilford maintains possession. Already starting to encroach on their offensive zone. Instead, Greensboro takes it away. Here comes Linker trying to feed it up the middle to Robinson. That pass too much, or not enough on it rather, and taken away by the Quakers. It's Miller again. Miller, long range shot. Hanson, bobble, catch. Another good save, Cheyenne Hanson, her second of the night. Headed by Friedlander to Robinson. Back to Friedlander and a whistle. I think they're going to say played with a hand. Substitutions pending for the Quakers. Parker. Parker reversing field. Now trying to work to her left, trying to get around a couple defenders. Petroskis on her for the moment. Not biting for the fake. Parker now going to the left. Petroskis there, getting help now. It's Cole. Service into the box, turned aside by Mann. Mann up ahead to Marcondes. We'll roll it back for Hanson. Hanson's pass, though, taken immediately back by Miller. And a whistle. Player went down for Guilford over there. It's going to be a free kick for the Quakers, I believe. Nope, for the Pride, actually. Still substitutions pending for Guilford. Cole. Up ahead, Greensboro trying to connect on that pass to Robinson. They've just not been able to connect on it so far. And a card for Friedlander. Friedlander made contact with a Guilford player, hard contact. And we will step aside here. 21-29 to go. No score here on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
Injured player was Kylie Muse, the junior from Brown Summit, North Carolina. Walked off. She's still being attended to on the side, but good to see her able to walk off and continue to receive the attention that she needs. Obviously hoping that whatever that situation is, best case scenario for the outcome. Never want to see an injury either side, especially these young kids coming out here just playing the game that they love. So we are back in action, again, hoping that everything checks out well for for Kylie Muse. Johnson fighting for possession on the far side. Now another whistle. Johnson down. Friedlander. I'm trying to see who that is down there. Well, Johnson is up. Appears to be good to go. 20:40 to go in the first half. Free kick coming for the Quakers, and now a whistle. Here comes the service in. Hansen punches it out. Rebound sails up and through the uprights of the football goalpost. So another save for Hansen. Couple of substitutions over the last few minutes. Sarah Bain has checked in. Layla Strong has also checked in for the Quakers. Racing up the far side is Allison Mann. Mann passing this one up ahead to Dawson. Dawson tripped up. It'll be a foul. Long feed up ahead. Looking for Petroskis. Petroskis with the header. No help on the other side of the defender. That was Kylie Berry. That's going to be cleared out of bounds. Looking down towards Greensboro's bench. I don't see Brennan, so no update on her, obviously, at this time. But again, would be very surprised for sure to see her in the first half and potentially the rest of the contest. Friedlander pokes this one on up ahead. Robinson, the far right corner. Getting around one defender. Johnson, though, will take it away. She'll send it out of bounds. 18:50 to play. Looks like Friedlander checking out. Abby Lush is going to see her first action of the evening. Will be Greensboro throw in the attacking third. Headed away by the Quakers, at least for a moment. Yep, taken away by Guilford. Sent on up ahead. Greensboro tries to settle, cannot do so. Allison Mann with the takeaway to Petroskis. And a whistle and a foul on the Quakers. That's, I believe, going to go on number 9, Brown. Tag sends this one in, looking for Robinson. Misfires. Dawson will settle it instead, though. Dawson sends this one in on Liz. She'll make the save. Bobbled it for a moment, but she gets it back. Sent on up ahead, redirected by Linker, trying to get it back in the offensive zone for Greensboro. They've done better at playing offense in this game than they did over the weekend, but still a little bit of work to do. Obviously, another tough opponent in Guilford. Greensboro in a tough 4-game stretch where they've gone 1-2. Here's a shot. Taylor low and dug out by Liz. Up ahead, Dawson and Johnson on the far boundary. Johnson got past her for a moment. Dawson, though, redirected. Greensboro will snag possession. Here comes Addison Cole with it. Pokes this one across the center line and poked out of bounds. I think off of the toe of Parker. Yes. Petroskis to throw in to Marcondes, who tries to settle it, overruns it, now trying to win the battle, taken away by Parker. headed by Tag to Taylor. Taylor throws an elbow to Miller, gets called for a foul. Sarah Miller, the freshman from Charlotte. This will be Barry. 16 minutes to play, first half, still no score. Long feed up ahead. Hanson's going to have to come out and get it. 4 shots to 2 in favor of the Quakers, but Greensboro leading in shots on goal, both of theirs, as opposed to just one for Guilford. Cole with it, working near side boundary, sends it up towards the middle, looking for Marcondes, who gets knocked down by Bain. And the stoppage here, 15-24. Coach is going at it a little bit. $15-24 to play. It will be a free kick for Greensboro after both head coaches get a little talking to from the officials. It's going to be Dawson. We'll get this one going once the conversations are completed. Which they are now, 15-24. I think that's the equivalent of a parent-teacher conference. The kids are the players are the students, and the officials are the teachers, and the coaches are the parents. Anyways, now that we've over-explained that metaphor, that one headed wide. And a foul, I believe, called on Greensboro now. Contact up in front of the box. Coming up on 15 minutes to play. Greensboro's got a substitution pending. I believe that's Sanzata standing down below us. Bain sends this one up ahead. Petroskis returns it from where it came. Long feed into the near right corner. Lush fighting for it with Bain. Bain overruns it for a moment. Lush can't get to it, however, and here comes Guilford working up this near sideline. Overton forcing Petroskis into a back pedal. Finds somebody over the middle, though. Back to Overton, who runs into Addison Cole. Cole is tripped up in a foul. Foul called on Overton. She doesn't agree, but nothing she can do about it. Free kick, Greensboro. 4 fouls per side. Greensboro has a yellow card in addition. Headed the other way. Missed header by Linker. Greensboro settles the other side. That's Dawson. Dawson back to Mann. Mann pokes this one into the middle. Cole's going to retrieve. Addison Cole, short pass looking for Lush. Lush has to send it right back. Dawson, high service, front of the box, headed out of the way by the Quakers. They'll maintain possession. Overton up ahead to Brown. Brown getting around Tag. Tag, though, will take it away, and then we have another whistle. And I think it's going to be another Guilford foul. Very physical first half. Tag sends this one deep, turned aside by the Quakers. Greensboro fighting for it. Robinson had it for a moment. Now it's Marcondes in the middle. Marcondes looking for some help. Instead just buries that one over the end line. And it'll be a goal kick. Robinson checking out now. Sanzata comes in. Back inside Haynes Gym. Volleyball leading set number 3, 18-13. Trying to take a 2-1 lead on Methodist. Would make them 2-0 in conference if they win it. Long pass up ahead, turned aside by Cole to Sanzata, freshly entered into the game. To Marcondes in the middle. Back to Cole. Cole looking for a little bit of help, throws or passes behind Petroskas. Parker with it on the near boundary, reverses direction in front of Greensboro's bench, and good defense there by Marcondes. Marcondes and Parker a little tripped up there, incidental contact. Check, that was Petroskas, I believe. I think I might have said Marcondes. Throw in to Overton, now back here to Bain. Back to Parker in front of Greensboro's bench. Parker slowly working. She's got an inside lane, not taking it right now. Instead cuts to the outside. Curious footwork there from Parker. She had a lane to the inside and didn't take it. Now works to the outside, gets around Petroskas. Cole going out, and she'll defend the shot and sent out of bounds. They'll throw it in towards the box. There's Cole. Cole clears. Doesn't get a ton on that. Lush, though, kind of whiffed on the clear attempt. I thought it went off of Overton, but instead they're going to say off of Lush, and here comes Guilford. Headed away, Linker. Marcondes was fighting for it for a moment there with Miller. Miller now to Kare. To Bain. Bain's pass just missed wide of Overton. Wide open was Overton, but not able to connect on that pass. Crisco sprinting to the right. Ten and a half to go. Miller. Back out to Bain. Bain's got Lush flagging her down. This one sent out of bounds over our heads. Duck. And almost made it into a trash can on the sidewalk. Sent in and again kicked out of bounds. And that's right up over our position. Thank goodness we didn't put a camera up there today like we normally do. We might have been down a camera. Under 10 minutes to go. Bain to throw that one in. Headed by Petroskas. Parker throws it in. Greensboro trying to push this out of harm's way. They do for the moment. Resetting are the Quakers' position. Yep. Just plug it back into the battery. I think you should be fine if you just plug it back in down at the bottom. Apologize for the camera issue there. One of those errant soccer balls has hit the side. We're going to hang on just a minute while we try to get that figured out. We apologize for the technical difficulties. The one of the errant soccer balls hit our camera and knocked us off for a moment. You have not missed anything. There are 6 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Still no score. Lily Brown for Guilford did receive a yellow card while we were away. Now we are back, and Guilford pushing the issue up to the far side. Greensboro, rather, pushing the issue up to the far side. Marconda sends it back to Mann. Chip towards the middle. Lush trying to settle it. Get around a defender. They tangle. Ball goes back out towards the middle. Cole sends it right back towards the front of the box. It's going to be redirected again. And good job there by Rosie Tagg to send it aside. Checking in Ava Arias while we were away. She's got it now in the middle. Mann tries to send it away. No, it's going to be a one-on-one opportunity. Here comes a shot. A nice sliding save made by Hanson. Shot by Miller. Cheyenne Hanson with one of her biggest saves in a while. Great look. And an even better save by Cheyenne Hanson. You know that one had to feel good. This one cleared back towards the middle to Lush. Here comes Guilford the other way. And a stoppage. Somebody's been laid out there in the middle. It's Johnson, I believe. And another yellow card coming for Greensboro. That may be on Dawson. Free kick coming. So I believe that was on Dawson. Here comes the service. It's high, headed, knocked away. That one pinballing out towards the middle. Guilford will clear things, or reset things rather, in the middle third. Taken away by Taylor. Taylor's pass intended for Lush. Misfires. And here come the Quakers now. Crisco with it. Lush trying to get in the way of that pass. Instead, a long feed down the far boundary. Here comes Miller. Miller kicks that one off of the foot of, I believe that was Linker. Hanson will snag it. 4 minutes to go. Shots go 5-2 to Guilford. Shots on goal even at 2. Hanson has made 2 saves. Liz has made 2 saves. Parker with 2 shots, leading all shooters. A couple guys with 1 shot on goal. In fact, 4 different players with 1 shot on goal. Bain with it, working towards the left wing, pushes it further to Overton. Overton tries to send this one over in the middle. Greensboro will clear. Another long feed headed away. Lush trailing it, trying to get there, but not able to do so. Greensboro, by the way, won the 3rd set 25-17. 4th set in the early going. Pride up 2-1 now. Back inside Haynes, Jim, but here at Pride Field, a scoreless draw right now. We are 2:45 to go first half. Foul on Guilford. And what's turned into a physical game. 3 yellows already. Friedlander and Dawson for Greensboro. Brown for the Quakers. Long cross pitch pass to Cole. Cole will unload, looking for Taylor. It's going to go out of bounds off of Overton. Greensboro is going to have a couple of subs here. Grace Garrity and Ashley McElwain check in. Petroskis out, Taylor out. Under 2 minutes to go first half. Dawson to throw. See if the fresh legs for Greensboro pay off here in the final minutes. Pass to Garrity. Garrity back to Dawson. To Cole. Sends this far side of the box, turned aside. Lush almost was in good position there. Allison Mann sends this back in towards the box high. Header fought for, taken by Overton, and here come the Quakers. Far sideline, that's Crisco. Crisco was marked by Marcondes there for a moment. Pass to Johnson. McElwain takes it away out of bounds, and it will stay with Guilford. Johnson to throw in. Overrun there by her intended target. Greensboro had it for a moment. They give it right back. It's Arias with it. Back to Johnson. Johnson running right past McElwain. Nice move there on the far side. McElwain tries to catch up to her. Misses on the tackle. Allison Mann finally gets to it. Pushes it out of bounds. 30 seconds to go first half. Final 15 seconds, they throw it in. Does Guilford, do they have time to get anything mounted offensively? Greensboro with possession. Here's an opportunity. Marcondes runs into a defender, can't quite get to it, and that's going to do it. As the first half comes to a close, it has been chippy, it has been physical, it has been a little tense at times. It has been everything you want out of a rivalry match here on a Wednesday night. No score, 45 minutes in. Greensboro and Guilford, second half coming up in 15 minutes on the Greensboro College Sports Network. Every college athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
Good news to report from inside Haynes Gym. Volleyball gets it done 3-1 over Methodist, your final score. It was the Jalen Templeton show with 40 assists today for Templeton. Getting it done. Also, Peyton Shiflett with 4 aces, had 18 kills, 23 points. 18 points for Kelsey Brooks, who had 15 kills, and Morgan Mayfield with 20 digs, and it all adds up to a Greensboro College victory. They improved to 6-2 this year and 2-0 in USA South play. First half numbers here from Pride Field. Shots on goal, 2 apiece. Total shots go 5-2 in favor of Guilford. 8 fouls for the Quakers, 4 for the Pride. 2 yellow cards for Greensboro, 1 for Guilford. Goalkeeper numbers Hanson and Liz both have made 2 saves in 2 opportunities. Leading shooter has been Parker with 2 shots, 1 on goal each for Brown and Miller. And for Greensboro, 1 shot on goal each from Taylor and Dawson. One final swing around the USA South. We'll check in again in postgame, but another look at it now. We have our first non-draw of the night. William Peace and Regent tied at 1. Wilson and Mary Baldwin tied at 2. Randolph and Meredith tied at 1. Johnson and Wales defeated Pfeiffer 3-1, the final score in that contest. Shaw and Methodist, they are finishing up that contest. Actually, they just started the second half, and the Monarchs have a 1-0 advantage in that one. So, teams have switched sides here. We're about ready to get things underway. Still no score here at Pride Field. Greensboro looking to bounce back after a tough weekend. Already think that score notwithstanding, they have certainly played better today than they did over the weekend. This one headed away by the Quakers, and we are underway for our second 45. So volleyball makes it a 2-0 evening. Soccer looking to finish it up, or at least come out of this with a draw, which apparently is the name of the game in the USA South women's soccer schedule today. Trinity Robinson racing up the far sideline. That's poked aside and cleared back out by the Quakers. Possession fought for in the middle. No Shea Brennan. No Kendall Cam for Greensboro. We knew Cam coming into the day. Brennan played about 2 minutes. This one sent in and out of bounds to the goalkeeper's left. I think one of the really interesting things that I'm looking for in the second half is certainly going to be the chippiness that we saw at times in the first half. Does that continue? Not necessarily that all yellow cards were of malicious intent, but certainly safe to say these two teams have gotten a little more physical as the day has gone on. Coaches had a little back and forth squall. Brown with it. This one sent on ahead towards the middle, looking for Miller. Miller is cut off by Dawson. Out of bounds. Stays with... No, we'll go to Greensboro. Linker to throw in over Dawson. Looking for Friedlander. Instead headed out of bounds by Johnson. Greensboro to throw in at the center line. Dawson to Friedlander. Trying to work her way between 2 defenders. And now breaks through the press. Cleared the other way by Guilford. That's going to split the 2 backs, Cole and Tag. Cheyenne Hanson will pick it up. Hanson punts it away. Tap from Marcondes to Dawson. Dawson trying to cut the corner around Johnson. Johnson will poke it out of bounds, I think. Yes, she will. Dawson threw it in, but there was a whistle, and so we stop. I think a ball got thrown in that wasn't supposed to be thrown in. Now we're ready to go. Dawson to throw in, looking for Friedlander. Pass off the mark. Comes back to Allison Mann. Mann to Robinson. Robinson with the settle. She tries to get around a couple defenders, and she is shouldered off of the ball. We play on. Coming up the far sideline, a pass intended for Johnson, taken away by Dawson. And a foul on Dawson now. Check that. It's going to be a foul on Guilford. And as soon as Tag kicks it away, the official stops play and calls to redo it. And the official stops play again. Up ahead to Mann, we continue. Mann trying to split through a couple defenders. Looking for Marcondes. Pass didn't get there. Taken away Johnson. Friedlander puts a body on Johnson. Dawson gets to it. Trips up with her defender, Crisco. It'll be a foul again on Guilford. Greensboro with it to Linker. Linker across to Cole. Cole working up the far wing. Sends this one down the line. Off target looking for Robinson. Comes back the other way. That's Brown. Brown sends this one up ahead looking for Miller. Pass wide. Linker sends it back to Cole. Greensboro's back line trying to maintain possession as they work their way towards the center line, which Robinson does. Robinson to Marcondes. Feeds this one up ahead. It's going to be out of the reach of Petroskis. Whistle on the far side, and it will be Guilford ball. Foul on Petroskis. Free kick by the Quakers, headed away by Greensboro. Sent back to the middle of the pitch. Allison Mann clears it, sends it back to the center mark. And Marcondes with contact. Bumped into Overton, knocked her over. And another free kick, another foul. Guilford backs, passing it back and forth now. A long send in. Turned aside by Tag. Robinson tries to ride Barry off the ball. Instead, Barry's able to get it to a teammate on the far left wing. That one deflected. She tried to send it into the box. It goes out of bounds. And might be a corner here. Yes, it will be. Brown taking that out to the far right flag. Let's see what this set piece turns into. Service in towards the box, curling away, cleared by Greensboro. Marcondes with the finishing touch. It'll go out of bounds. Guilford with the throw in. Taken away by Robinson. Sure thought that might have been off the hand of a Guilford player we play on. This one's sent in towards the front. That one redirected off of Allison Mann. Miller now over one defender. Hansen gets to it, redirect, and the rebound comes too far out for Guilford to mount a second attack, at least immediately. Knocked out of bounds, Allison Mann. Good job by the back line of Greensboro. Good job by Cheyenne Hansen. Johnson throws that in. Mann will poke it out of bounds. Intended target was Brown. It'll be a corner kick near side. 36-30 to play. Greensboro survived the last one, 2 corners to 1 in favor of the Quakers right now. That's Parker on the corner kick. Parker sends this one in, headed away by Greensboro, back out past the 18-yard line. And Marcondes takes it away. Cameron Marcondes looking for some help, doesn't have a ton yet. Sends this one across now to Robinson. It's headed away. Good defense there by Muse. This one skied up over the head of Mann. She'll head it, and Hansen will come out and snag it on the hop. Hansen to punt. Marcondes. Karam too far off of maybe her knee. And it's a turnover. Carre with it. Back it goes. Now across the center line. And back again. 4th again. Barry sends this out to Crisco. Dawson marking her. Crisco sends it into the middle. Taken there by Overton. Down goes Marcondes. Kari with it. As Cole will settle it. Looking for Robinson, instead headed away by Muse. And up comes Guilford up the far wing. Tiptoeing down the far sideline. That one shot and headed away. Allison Mann. More good defense by the senior defender. Making a nice play there. Overton trying to work on the far sideline. That will go out of bounds. Actually, no, it'll be a foul on Guilford, apparently. Greensboro to have the free kick. It'll be Rosie Tagg. This one's sent on and headed by Guilford. Greensboro tries to push it back towards the box, but Guilford looking to clear. Work their way back around the center line. Trying to get to the corner now was Miller. Miller does get around Linker. Looking for a little bit of help. Passes this one over the middle. She's got a mark. Over ahead to Brown now. Brown runs into 3 Greensboro defenders. It goes out of bounds. There's a tangle between Linker and Brown. And I think this is going to be another foul on Guilford, which will be their 12th. Cole works far side. Sends this into Robinson. Robinson pokes it down towards the far left flag. It will go out, and it will be Guilford ball. Robinson playing catch with a teammate up on the far boundary, and that will go out of bounds. Another whistle, contact with Johnson. Johnson slow to get up. I think that was Dawson. And now a Guilford player tying her shoe. That was Kare. Now we're ready to go. Sent back across the center line, headed by Cole. Greensboro sending it the other way. Now headed by Sullivan. Before Greensboro tries to push it towards their attacking zone. They turn it over, though, before doing so. Quaker backers passing amongst themselves. Now a pass over the middle is intercepted by Dawson. Dawson trying to get around Kare, cannot do so, so she sends it back to Cole, who now fires over the middle, headed by Friedlander, and now back across the middle again. Here comes Miller for Guilford. Miller to her left, has a little help down the sideline. She'll send it that way now. Trying to get around Cole, shot off of the side of the net. Coming up on 15 minutes gone in the second half. Greensboro's pass intercepted, but Trinity Robinson able to recover, at least for a moment. Karam goes back to Robinson. She's got a defender behind her and causes her to lose possession. Overton sends this one in towards Hanson, and she'll flag it down. It's been a very nice bounce back for Cheyenne Hanson today. Marcondes sends this one on up ahead, looking for a teammate, either Robinson or Petroskis. Neither one of them were expecting that pass. It was turned over, but back with the Pride now. Man in between a couple defenders to Linker. Linker sends this up ahead and again intercepted. Guilford trying to push the issue. It's Parker to the left. Can't get around Taylor. Taylor now to Robinson. Ooh, nice move, Trinity Robinson, but her pass errant. And here comes Crisco. Crisco trying to get around Marcondes, but Marcondes on her like a blanket. Player down on the far side. We've got a timeout. And I think we've got some substitutions about ready to come in as well. So we will step aside here with 29:08 to play in the second half. Still no score. Actually, I think we may keep it here. Hopefully just another cramp. No, we'll go ahead and take that break. 29:08 to go in the second half. Still no score here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. So we play on here following the injury timeout. Robinson's pass intercepted. Back to Robinson, however. Long feed up ahead. Speeding in is Dawson. Can she get to it? Not quite. Dawson is boxed out there by her Guilford defender, I think Crisco. There's a whistle. And it will be another foul. Very aggressive Alex Dawson tonight. Free kick from Guilford. Turned aside, turned over now. Rosie Tagg getting around Brown, sends this one on up ahead. It's turned away. And again, the back and forth continues. Both teams trying to establish some sort of control of the middle third. So last year, a 3-0 victory for Guilford. They've won the last 3. We mentioned Greensboro's last win coming back in 2018. The USA South standings coming in today. Obviously, nobody's played conference opposition yet, but Brevard sitting at the top at 5-0. Dawson and Mann passing back and forth along the near sideline, trying to get around Johnson. Dawson sends this one back over the middle to Tagg. Tagg far side to Cole. Now back to Tagg in the middle. Tight defense by Guilford. Greensboro now sends it up. So following Brevard, Mary Baldwin at 4-1, Salem 3, 1-1, Methodist 1-2, Greensboro 3, 2-1. That's sitting in 5th place. Then Wesleyan, Peace, SVU, Meredith, and Pfeiffer, after losing today, now drops to 0-4. Tough start for the Falcons this season. 26:45 to play. Mann and Johnson getting to it at the same time. Mann will win the battle. Just about took the official's head off with that line drive pass. Sent up the other way. Header back and forth. Pinballing between the heads of Tagg and the, was that Brown over there for Guilford? .26 to go. Substitutions both ways. McElwain coming on for, is that Dawson over there for Greensboro? Sarah Miller checking in, and Brown coming out. I think I can firmly and confidently say, without hearing anything officially from the training staff, I think safe to say Shea Brennan is doubtful to out for the rest of the day. And we've got a whistle over there on the far side. And should be a free kick here for Greensboro, I think. Tagg moving it a little bit to her right. Breeze has been picking up here. Now the officials kind of stop things in front of the net for a moment. Now we're ready to go. Tagg fires this one a high. Header, no, is missed. And Johnson's going to be the first to it. She will send it towards the Greensboro sideline. It dies, but does cross over the line. And it is out of bounds. Pride throw in. Out of bounds off of the Pride. It will be a goal kick for Hill. Yeah, we talked about Marcondes a little bit in the pregame show, talking about how as a freshman she had already played 90.7% of all possible minutes for Greensboro this year, and looking like she could very well be on her way to a full complement of 90 minutes today. Another stoppage, another substitution. This will be Abby Lush coming in. I think that's Friedlander coming off. Yes, it is Claire Friedlander coming off. Under 24 to play. Who, if anyone, will draw first blood tonight? And despite the chippiness of this game, I don't mean that literally. There was a blood timeout in the men's game late in the second half, cleaning something up in front of the visiting net. Greensboro men's soccer 3-1 winners today, guaranteeing themselves a non-losing season. That one out of bounds far side, Greensboro to throw in. The Pride will finish at worst 4-4-1 in non-conference play. That one out of bounds. And another goal kick for Liz. Lorelei Liz sends this to her right. Greensboro trying to crash in. And almost trouble over there right in front of the net. Robinson almost took it away from Liz. Goes out of bounds. Trinity Robinson almost made a scoring opportunity right there. It'll be a corner here for the Pride. McElwain to do it. Did it freeze again? Oh. No, it's not. McElwain ready with the corner. Sent into the box. Header goes away. You hear the breeze picking up now. It's a foot race to the ball. And McElwain with it. She'll send it back to tag. Not a great look for Greensboro on that header. Or on that corner opportunity. Here comes Kare with it now. Long feed up ahead, settled by Miller. It is now 68 degrees. It says wind blowing about 2 to 3 miles an hour. I don't know that I believe that. I'm getting a lot of head nods or head shakes. We're all in agreement. It is not 2 to 3 miles an hour of breeze. It's not anything wild, but it's not anything wild by any means, but enough to rattle your stack of papers around. Settled by Lush. Lush sending this back far side to Petroskis. Petroskis up the far sideline. She's met there by a defender. Passes said defender. Sends this a little bit further up now to Lush. Lush looking for a little bit of help. Looking for either Robinson or Petroskis. Either way, turned aside. Marcondes almost took that one away, but it's Guilford ball. Turnover to McElwain. McElwain over the middle. Almost too soft of a pass. It is going to be taken away by the Quakers. Robinson trying to apply some tight defense, but not able to get to it. Stretching across the center line are the Quakers. Rushing up ahead is Parker to Miller. Miller looking for a little bit of help. Fires across to the near side. Now back out to Kare. One touch there from Sullivan. A turnover to Robinson. Greensboro turns it over now. Quick succession of turnovers. Back and forth we go. This one shot in on Hansen, and she'll scoop it up off the deck. Long range shot there for Guilford. Hansen sends this one to McElwain. Tried to settle it, tripped over it. Johnson going the other way for Guilford. Johnson a spin move, instead taken away by Linker. Linker's pass is deflected by Johnson, and here comes Guilford up the far side. They may have a good look here. This one is sent in towards Hansen, and she'll gobble up that ground ball. .46 to play. Hansen punts that one away. Couple of header attempts both sides in the middle. Quakers and Pride trying to settle it. It will be Crisco working around Lush. Now back over to the middle. Back line for Guilford. Conveyor belt from one side to the other. Man getting in the way. Forcing a turnover. Quick one-touch back to McElwain, back to Man. Man's pass now intended up the middle for Petroskis, Lush rather, is turned aside. And here comes Miller. She's tripped up. Miller is tripped. A yellow is going to be shown here to Rosie Tagg. Greensboro picking up their third yellow of the game. Substitutions pending both sides. Greensboro has one as well. It's going to be Hillary Grayley about to check in. Lily Brown about to check in for Guilford, as is Sarah Bain. But first, the free kick here. Greensboro has a wall of 5. And here comes the kick. It's on the ground, and a diving stop by Hanson. Cheyenne Hanson stops at far post, and we remain scoreless. He kept it on the ground there, and Hanson was able to get to it. Following the punt, it's Allison Mann trying to push this one on up ahead. She does to McElwain. It's knocked out of bounds. We'll go to Guilford. 17-30. So Johnson checks out. Bain is in. Brown is in. Miller is out. And for Greensboro, out comes Petroskis in favor of Hillary Grayley. Bain throws it in. Near right corner. Battle there between Brown and I believe that was Tagg over there. Goes out of bounds. Miller trying to settle it far side. She keeps it in bounds. Good job there. Fancy footwork to send this back to Bain. To the front of the box. Header hard to the right, out of bounds. A little confusion with one of the game day help. Looking for a ball. Now up ahead is Marcondes. Marcondes working through the legs of Bain. Bain's going to take it away. Sends this one down the line to Brown. Brown feeds this one up ahead. Tagg gets in the way of that passing lane. And Grayley with it. She'll turn and fire it out of bounds. 16 to go. Little tangle on the far sideline. Pass up ahead to Lush. It goes out of bounds. It'll be a Guilford throw-in. Long feed up ahead to the right, taken away by Mann. Up ahead to McElwain. She pushes it ahead to Marcondes. She's going to lose the foot race, however. Good job there by Crisco to crisscross Marcondes. Backline for Guilford with it. They send it on up ahead. Long feed intended for Brown. Go out of bounds, I think. No, Parker missed the header. Now trying to shield it. And it's turned over and then taken back away by Guilford, but Greensboro returns the favor. The back and forths continue until finally out of bounds off of, I believe, Trinity Robinson. Robinson, one of 2 former Quakers on this Greensboro roster this year. Grace Garrity being the other. pass up the middle to Lush. Lush now working to her left as she approaches us down the center line. Now reversing her direction back over the middle, looking for help. It's going to be taken away. Linker back to Man. Man, a long feed up ahead. After a carom goes to Robinson, now to Marconis, back to Robinson. Robinson's pass, that's turned aside. I think she might have been looking for Lush, but the pass too far out of the way. Here comes Bain. Bain streaking down the right-hand side. McElwain catches up to her. Bain now reversing her direction. Pass to the center of the pitch taken there by Overton. That one redirected by Robinson. McElwain and Bain fighting for it, and a foul on McElwain. By the count here, 23 fouls combined in this one. Berry on the free kick. Greensboro has a wall of 4. Sends this left-hand side. It's going to curl out of bounds. Goal kick there for Hanson coming. Tag sends this down the far side, headed away by Guilford. Quakers with it, Overton passes it to Parker. Parker trying to work on Grayley. Cuts the corner, turned aside by Tag. Back to the Quakers. Well, at least for a moment, Greensboro sends it the other way. There's Lush. Lush's pass to Robinson picked off. Lush there, right there to clean up the mess, though. Reverses her field to the middle. Pass intended for Marcondes. Greensboro still not hitting on those middle pitch passes. You see what they're trying to do. They just cannot execute. They cannot connect. This one's sent in, redirected there off of the right foot of, is that Taylor, I believe, taken by Hanson. Eleven and a half to go. Up ahead, headed by Berry. Marcondes is in the middle of a Quaker sandwich there, got out of it, passed it up to Taylor. And we have another whistle. Free kick coming for Greensboro. Well, the story of the day has been physical. It's been good defense. It's been missed opportunities. And it's been another fun chapter in the rivalry for sure. That one headed way. Greensboro almost with a short side of the pitch turnover. McElwain gets pushed down. Tried to look for Robinson on a cross. But instead comes back out towards the center. It's Grayley. Grayley to Taylor. Taylor passed up a look to McElwain. Sends this one ahead far side. I believe that was Marcondes. They send it back out. They'll reset. And Robinson overplays the carom. Has to send it back to Taylor. Taylor far sideline. To Cole. Greensboro with it. Here's a shot, or a pass rather, across looking for Lush. And it's going to be taken there by Liz. McElwain was kind of shielded from perhaps a rebound opportunity. Grace Garrity about to check in. Long feed up ahead, taken by Linker to McElwain. Karam back to McElwain, now to Linker. And Addison Cole kind of pops this one up. Headed by Bain. Now to Taylor. Taylor still trying to fight for possession and position. Taken away by Miller. Foot race, Parker not able to get to it. It'll go out of bounds. Greensboro with possession. And Greensboro will make a substitution. Garrity in, Taylor coming out. 8:51 to play. Here comes Allison Mann streaking up the field. She's looking for a little bit of running room. Now she's looking for a little bit of help. She's got Lush up ahead on the right. Here comes Abby Lush trying to make this turn into something. Oh, good slide tackle there for Guilford. Greensboro, though, maintaining possession. Well, for a moment now, they've lost it up the far sideline. Eight minutes to play. Guilford throws in. And the backs now send it up. Header off of the top of Cole's head. I think almost, if anything, the ball picked up some speed. It grazed off the top of Cole's head and continued on out of bounds. 7.5 to go. Guilford to throw in to Miller. Miller dribbling back towards the center line, or at least out of their offensive attacking zone. Now back in, far side. Parker sends this one across the box high and out of bounds. Cheyenne Hansen directing traffic. Up ahead to McElwain, instead headed by Bain. Taken by Miller. Miller was trying to box out Linker. Instead, Linker gets to it, sends this up ahead to Lush. Lush now reversing field, back over the center of the pitch again. Passes this one to Linker, now Mann. Allison Mann, long feed up ahead. Here comes McElwain. Here comes Marcondes as well. It's a foot race. Instead, it's going to be taken by Barry. Barry can't avoid the slide tackle there from Marcondes. Goes out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Liz. Coming up on 6 minutes. Greensboro came into today 3-2-1. Guilford 3-0-1. Here comes Miller. Miller had it taken away by Allison Mann. Good defense from Mann. Now Garrity trying to find Grayley. Instead finds the chain link fence out of bounds. 5.5 to play. Dawson about to check back in for Greensboro. Here comes a Guilford throw-in. Foot race working back towards the middle. And that foot race is going to be won by Marcondes. Marcondes gets past a couple defenders. Long feed up ahead. Oh, she had somebody inside, but it was turned aside. It was Lush streaking up the middle. There was one defender in the way, and that one defender got a foot on it. Long feed up ahead to McElwain. Can she run it down? No. Greensboro continuing to struggle on those long-range passes. McElwain checks out. Dawson comes in. 4:45. This one sent out over the middle, headed by Brown. Greensboro turns it back the other way, at least for a moment. Here comes Miller. Miller sends this one too far away. It's going to be Dawson who comes up with it. Dawson, nice crossing pass there to Lush, but Lush can't settle it. Too far off her shin. And the alternate headers begin again. Here comes Marcondes. Marcondes working hard, approaching another 90-minute performance from her. Sends this one to Dawson, and a whistle. It'll go the other way for Guilford. Under 4 minutes to play now. Greensboro back in action again on Saturday on the road at Regent before conference play begins next Wednesday. No, that would be next Tuesday, the 23rd, against Brevard. As this one goes out of bounds, 3:30 to play. A reminder, football will be on the road at FCS Davidson on Saturday, taking on the Wildcats. We will be providing a radio-only broadcast of that one. Here comes Marcondes now. Marcondes passing this one up ahead and behind her intended target. Garrity trying to settle it. Instead, here comes Miller the other way. So to finish that football thought, if you've got ESPN Plus, you can watch that game 7 o'clock Saturday night. If you don't, or if you want to hear whatever rambling Stephen Whitenhouse and myself have, go to the Greensboro College Athletics page, and we'll have the radio link there. Here's a whistle, a foul, and it'll be a Greensboro foul. Free kick coming to Guilford. Long feed up ahead, turned aside by Tag. Grayley trying to get it up the far sideline. She does now, was looking for a little bit of help. It goes to Garrity. Long feed from Garrity. Oh, here comes Dawson. Dawson's got a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Dawson slides, that's turned aside. Here's the follow-up by Lush, headed out of harm's way. Greensboro just missed their golden opportunity. Dawson had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Not able to connect. And a substitute here. It's Petroskas coming in. Grayley coming out. Greensboro with a throw in, 1:52 to play. Greensboro trying to settle. Here comes Dawson for another throw in. Looking ahead to Robinson. Back to Dawson. Dawson sends this towards the front of the box. It's turned aside. What's up? And a whistle and a foul here. A yellow card, I think, to, I didn't see the number, Allison Mann, maybe? Greensboro's picked up their 4th yellow. Minute 24 to play. This one's sent in. We have a stoppage. It's headed out of the way. I think Barry started before the officials gave the all clear. .122 to play. Barry sends this one in high, and another whistle. And it's offsides. 1:13 to play. Hanson sending this up, headed the other way. Oh, Tag tripped over her defender and ended up getting her in the face. Ground ball to Hanson. She's going to scoop it up. Tag appears to be all good. Put a hand to the side of her face, but she seems all right. 45 seconds. Headed away. Greensboro overruns, now trying to work up the far sideline. This could develop into something. 30 seconds left. Here's the feed up ahead to Robinson. Oh, that's turned aside. Robinson, or up ahead rather, to Overton and Garrity. Greensboro again pushing far sideline. Foot race, Robinson. Robinson sends this into the box. Here comes Lush. Nope, Liz is going to scoop it up again. 13 seconds left. Liz doesn't appear to be in much of a hurry. Boots this one high to the center line, and these two teams are going to have to settle for a hard-fought 0-0 draw this afternoon. Well, it was dramatic. It was interesting. It was entertaining, exciting, whatever other words you want to throw out there. But when all is said and done, neither team able to make a dent in the scoreboard. Your final score is 0-0. We'll step aside really quickly. When we come back, we'll take a look at the final numbers here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. And we welcome you into the Pride Postgame. Greensboro and Guilford, a hard-fought 0-0 draw here today. So Greensboro doesn't complete the fall sweep by winning all 4 games against rival Guilford, but they do go 3-0-1. We'll take a look at the final numbers here. Shots go 7-2 to the Quakers. Shots on goal 3-2 to Guilford as well. Corners go 3-2 as well. But I think the big story here, 5 yellow cards, 4 of them to Greensboro, 24 fouls, 13 of them to Guilford. Individual numbers here today. Barry had 2 shots, 1 of them on goal, 2 shots for Parker, 1 shot on goal for Miller, 1 shot on goal for Brown, who also had the lone yellow card for Guilford today. Liz in goal made 2 saves in both of her opportunities. For Greensboro today, Taylor with a shot on goal and Dawson as well. Yellow cards to Friedlander, Tag, Dawson, and man, Cheyenne Hanson. What a bounce back for the freshman in goal today, stopping all 3 shots that came her way. So for Greensboro, if they fall to, or they see their record move to 3-2-2. Again, on the road this weekend at Regent on Saturday, then back home on the 23rd to begin conference play against Brevard. That also a 6 o'clock start time. Well, it was a fun afternoon. It was an eventful afternoon. Men's soccer taking down Columbia 3-1, the final score in that one, and then volleyball getting it done against Methodist in conference play. 3-1, I believe the final. Yeah, 3-1 inside of Haynes Gym. They go to 2-0 in conference play. So that is a look at how today went. A successful day for Greensboro College, and they are back at it again on Saturday, taking on FCS Davidson at Davidson. A 7 o'clock kickoff. It'll be on ESPN Plus, or you can tune in to listen to a couple lunatics talk about Greensboro College football. I shouldn't say that about my boss, should I? It's Stephen Whitenhouse and myself will be on the radio call that afternoon, 6:45, the pregame show time. That'll about wrap everything up here for us after what's been a long evening here at the side of the pitch. A fun one. Greensboro ends the day going 2-0-1 against their opponents. And with that, we will turn in for the night. A big thank you to all of our game day staff, our AOD, our Director of Sports Information, Stephen Whitenhouse, my producer, Jay Sean Ayala. And for that, I'm Kendrick Fruits wishing you a green and white good night. This has been a presentation of Greensboro College Women's Soccer on the Greensboro College Sports Network.